This is beautiful Lake Abert, Oregon. I'm at the north end of the lake. The sun's setting. Some rain's trying to fall. Of course, it's dark, so that autofocus is having issues. I'll get it. I hope. It's breezy, as usual. That's how it is out here. Breezy. Got Ford on deck. Would have nothing less. That's right. I'm not afraid. 696. Lazy. If you notice that 6.9 goes either way, it's interesting, isn't it? Meaning, either she can be on top or the bottom. Doesn't matter to me. Well, yeah, doesn't matter. I was gonna say something out of the way, but you know, that wouldn't make a difference anyway. Maybe to somebody else, not me though. Somebody's out here been plinking. It's a terrible video. That's how we roll though. We like terrible videos. But with some magic here. And it still doesn't want to focus, but that's okay. It tries. It tries. Especially when we zoom in, it tries. We crank the ISO up a little bit. Some rain clouds trying to rain. Waiting for some lightning. Those clouds out there, they're raining too. It's hard for this thing to... Yeah, look, it's abstract. Anyway, let more light in. Back up a little bit. That's what's up. We got the target. I'm just testing some lower light capabilities. We got the moon up in the sky. It's right there. This is the, if anybody gives a shit, cheap, quote unquote, air quotes, RF24-105. Be aware, you know, some unsavory practices going on at the Canon factory. If anybody's old enough to remember what a quality control sticker is, QC inspected, just be aware that they don't have that at their factories at Canon. There's something on the inside of the rear element of this lens, and I've definitely, it's not from my usage. Man, this stuff, this is, oh God, you can't even see it. This stuff is loamy, ashy, Larry fucking sand right here, baby. That's what Oregon's made up of. So that's ISO 4000. Look at that. So this is ISO 4000 video. autofocus. We've got zone autofocus on. We've got, so basically this is just a test if you haven't figured it out. We've got, yeah, the zone autofocus is on. It's not on auto ISO. I wanted to crank it on my own. Auto ISO works wonderfully on here. But as you can see at like 4,000 ISO, there's no noise. I mean, it focuses on what it focuses on. It does a really good job once you tell the algorithm to say, hey, you know, that's what's up. You know, seriously. What noise? And look at, like, I'm zooming in and out. I've got the autofocus on. Oh yeah. It's zone autofocus. It's fuck. What's it called? Come on, you guys know. The two viewers of this video will know what it's called. It's the AI autofocus. Servo. Bitch. I remembered. Had to fucking think of the 7Ds menu in my head. Servo. It's a servo autofocus. It's on the screen in front of me. It says servo autofocus. I love it. I don't smoke weed. Not at all. It doesn't affect my brain cells when I do. But yeah, man, this stuff, you sink right into it. It's real soft. It's crazy. But yeah, there's no noise. Actually looks brighter on the screen than it does in real life, which is crazy. Most of the oranges are gone out of the sunset anyway. The rain's gonna get real heavy. Like I said, I'm waiting for lightning. Just kind of testing. Let me go back down here with this ISO. That way we can look at the moon again. Let's see what we got. If you squint, you might be able to see detail in it. But yeah, I doubt that. Yeah, whatever. Well, that's 1250. That's still pretty good, and it shows some nice color. It's not bad. Anywho, I can't remember what the video settings, the record settings are on. If it's 60 frames or 24.4 or 29 or I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Nobody gives a shit anyway. These fucking geeks coming out of film school might give a fuck. These guys that watch Peter McKinnon's channel might give a fuck. Betacam. Yeah, buddy. Anyway, Canon R6. Testing low light video. How long are we? 8 minutes, 40 seconds. It's about 80 something degrees. Feeling the back of the camera. No notable heat. It's warm, but it's nothing significant. Nothing I'm going to worry about. Shall we crank up the ISO? I mean, it looks nice. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's 1250. It's got some rich tones going on, you know. I don't have any of the HDR anything going on. Go up to 2000. Let it sit. We're at 24mm. F5.6 and 2/8. But yeah, that's what we got. We do have, let me see here. I don't know, I don't even see the stabilization icon, so I don't know if it's on or not. It should be on according to the switch on the lens, but yeah. Oh, and by the way, if anybody has one of these and they need a good lens hood for like, say, $5 or something, I think that's what I spent on this one. Fotasy, or Fotasy, F-O-T-A-S-Y, model number EW-73D. Fits us perfectly, and it doesn't cost half the price of the lens like a Canon one. Okay, so it's not that much. But if anybody's been paying attention, the new RF24-105mm, yes, 1200mm, at least it's not as expensive as the old EF 1200mm, which is a relic in museums and a beast of a fucking lens that only a few people own, like billionaires, because the thing resells. So yeah, if anybody's got the dough to just snatch those RF ones up, do it, because it's probably a scene like the old one where they were only making like 2 a year, because they would actually wait until somebody ordered one and put down a deposit or prepaid the whole thing, and then they would start growing the fluorine crystals to make 2 aspherical lenses that go inside that 1200mm, and it took a year to grow those fuckers in the lab. So yeah, snatch those up if you got the dough. A certain few people in that NFT space have the dough, and they should cash in some of their ETH and fucking buy a couple of those and just keep them in the box brand new, because give it 10 years or less, once Canon moves to a different lens platform, those things are going to be worth a lot more than they are now, especially if you got it new in the box and untouched, unused. So anyways, those EF models are going for, I think the last one sold for $1 million or something fucking retarded. I can't remember. It was like 600 grand or something fucking stupid. Maybe it was $1 million. I don't remember. 300 grand. Anyway, you get the idea. But a 1200mm lens, you know, like, that would be neat to shoot with. If you're gonna do something like that, you might as well, you know, that's the retarded way. I'm gonna say it right now, like, Canon cameras are for the Canon fanboys. The quality isn't as robust as when they were producing, you know, like the AE1 or whatever, or even the fucking 5D. The original 5D was much more robust camera. It still produces some top-notch photos for the megapixel count, billboard quality. So don't scoff at that old tech kitties. That was a unheard of top of the line camera. That was a DSLR. It was being sold for $5,000 in 2006. And of course, $5,000 took you a little bit further back then than it does now. Not a whole lot more, but a little bit more, but still $5 grand. That's what the fucking R5 costs. R5 has more noise than this, on paper, and in fact, we're looking at it right here. Like, so we're at 14 minutes. I'm gonna upload this to the YouTube's road tripping channel. Not underexposed shit. I'm not gonna fucking, I don't even think I'm gonna run this through Lightroom. I'm gonna upload this shit straight as it is, because I don't give a fuck. And all that other stuff is for people trying to get jobs and work on that level, and they're selling their souls for the fucking work they're getting, you know, especially with the YouTube culture. And they're dealing with children, and doing business with children is just fucking stupid. Even if you're a child, don't do business with other children. Of course, don't be dumb and get fucked by adults, figuratively or literally. Don't put yourself in those situations. Be smart. Read. I'm going to say it again. Read. Understand what you're getting yourself into, especially on the business end, especially when you start collaborating with others. And I'm not saying this out of experience from having bad experiences or anything like that. I've just witnessed others' experiences, and being an outside party, you get to see it all. You don't see just one side of it, you see all sides of it. So be observant, don't get fucked. Listen to a lot of music and enjoy life. Don't get caught up, and don't do business with children. They're fucking stupid. They don't know enough to do business with. And I'm sorry if that offends some of you kiddies out there, but it's the fucking truth. It's the absolute fucking truth. This ain't fucking Children of the Corn, bitch. Okay, so we're at 2000. It's getting pretty dark. I mean, that's what we see here. It's a little bit brighter than what I'm seeing with my eye. Actually, no, excuse me, that's backwards. Unless Dixie is kicking it. It's brighter with my eye. So it's about right there. Maybe like the land is like right there, but the sky is right about there. Maybe there. Yeah. So, you know, digital representation. Ooh, here comes somebody. Here comes somebody. We're gonna film them going by. Yeah, it's a truck. But yeah, the digital representation of what's going on with the camera as to what it's recording with the eye. I completely fucking shot on that. It's okay. It's wrong, you know, because the foreground and everything, the shadows are much brighter in real life. The sky is not quite as bright. So camera companies have a long way to go, especially when they're charging as much as they charge for this. So let's do this ISO a little bit favor, and there, that's 6400. Oh, it looks daytime again. Yeah, there's some detail and stuff. But yep, that's where we're at. Autofocus still working. Except for when it's way out there, you know. But we're not trying, we're just keeping the focus point mid-ground. Doing the old landscape photography trick. So here's the trick. You're taking landscape shots, okay? And say this is your landscape shot. The closest object in your foreground, okay, say the front of my car over here, right? So what's the furthest point? The ridge up there, right? So your focus point to get everything in focus should be halfway between the first thing in your frame and the last thing in your frame. So right about bang there. If you focus like right about there on that sagebrush, right there, everything will be in focus. Of course, you have to have your aperture stopped down quite a bit. Down meaning up. Up meaning down. Because it's opposite day in photography land. You know, people that invented this, they were wise to one thing. Make it confusing and difficult. And when you go to explain it to others that don't get it at first, you seem like more of an expert. It's just like medical with their terminology. That's why they use Latin for the most part in all their texts. It's to sound fancy and to separate and to be elitist and to confuse by design. Because if they spilled the beans out in layman's terms and everybody could understand what they're talking about, you'd have Joe Bob down the road performing abortions on his kitchen table. Wait, that's happened before. Anyway, just saying. Well, I've probably pissed somebody off, which means job well done. So we're at 6,400. We're gonna crank this down a little bit. Let the moon. There's a fly. Get out of here, fly. There we go. There's the moon. It's probably still too bright. There's some tones for you. Oh yeah, blurred tones. We love the blurred tones. There you go. And we're out.